Hello and welcome to this video. Today we are looking at the Intrepid class. This video is going to be a bit shorter as I have trimmed it down so that we're only looking at the Vanity shields from the Dilithium and Zen stores. So the Dilithium shields are available during certain events in the year, and we currently only have one Vanity shield in the Zen store. First up, we are looking at the Alliance Vanity Shield from the Zen store. This comes as part of the Khitomer Alliance bundle, in which you get the shield, the uniform, and an upgrade. So this shield, we have this white hull material. We've got this red line pattern throughout certain points of the ship. Got this bright cyan deflector here, and here in the secondary. Got this yellow here for the impulse engines. You see the gold shading around the shuttle bay and this dark grey hull material. Then we've got this orange, almost plasma-like effect going on the Bessard collectors, and the cyan there again on the nacelles. Then more of that gold trim there as well. Top down you see more of the red lines, especially round about the windows. More of the gold and the dark grey as well. We've got quite a bit more of the dark grey there on the underside. The next shield we are looking at is from the Dilithium store, and it is the Baul Vanity Shield. It's a very popular shield in the game. So we've got this dark hull material. See that cyan blue there for the deflector, as well as the lights on the underside and the secondary deflector there. Got this lovely red here on the impulse engines. And with that cyan again there for the nacelle and the Bessard collectors. And as we look down, we can see this etched pattern on the hull. So it's designed to give your vessel the look of a Baul vessel. Some more of the cyan lighting there, and with some red trim there at the end of the phaser strips. And we've got more of that etched pattern effect on the underside with more of that red around the phaser arrays there. Next up is the Borg Vanity Shield. So this is a liberated Borg look to your vessel, not an assimilated one. This naming of the shield does cause a bit of confusion. So looking at the shield itself, we've got this grey hull material with a lot of these hull plates in irregular shapes. Got this blue here on the secondary deflector. The main deflector itself is greyed out with a touch of blue at the bottom there and a bit of a almost white colouring at the edges. At the back we've got the blue there on the impulse engines. Then we have this exposed area of hull effect around the shuttle bay. So that's part of the hull that doesn't have any hull plating, and we've got this blue and gold lighting and a bit of a conduit effect on it. We've got blue there for the Bessard collector and the nacelle colour itself, and then you can see that irregular shape pattern to the hull plating. And there's more of that exposed conduit effect there at the back near the shuttle bay, and a touch bit more there at the back here. This is the Discovery Vanity Shield. So this is one of these shields in the game that, depending on what faction you apply it to, will depend on the look that you get. So at the moment we're on a Federation character, so we're getting the Federation look to the shield, and we'll have a look at the Klingon version next. So this is designed to give your vessel the look of Starfleet ships in the first season of Discovery. So we've got this white with a hint of blue effect here on the deflector. Got a couple of shades of grey on the hull material. The secondary deflector itself is greyed out. The back, we've got the red here on the impulse engines. Then we've got a blue effect here on the nacelle, and on the Bizarre collectors there is a bit of a design in that blue there. And then you see a bit of this blue illumination here on the edges. And when we look at the underside, we can see the couple of shades of grey coming in this pattern effect. Same here at the rear. So this is the visuals from the Discovery Vanity Shield on a KDF character. So it's supposed to give the look of what they called Klingons in Discovery, one of their vessels. So we've got that two-tone brown effect here on the hull with a lot of shapes and glyphs. We have this orange and yellow effect here on the deflector with this interesting look to the deflector array itself. Then we've almost got a white yellowish look there to the secondary deflector. At the back we've got this yellowy white effect here on the impulse engines. For the nacelles we've got the same yellowy white bit in this oblong pattern effect going on. And then for the Bizarre collectors we've got this pulsating red and white effect going on. As we look down we can see all those various shapes and symbols covering the full hull of the vessel. And we're the same again there on the underside. This is the Emperor's Vanity Shield. So we have this dark grey hull material. We've got this orange effect here in the secondary deflector, but the main deflector itself is greyed out with a hint of this blue colouring going round the edge there. From the rear we've got this cyan colour for the impulse engines. Got a bit of this purple material here around the shuttle bay. See a bit of this orange colour here at the rear torpedo launchers. Then we've got that vibrant yellow on the nacelle and the Bizarre collectors, and there's a bit of an illumination effect around here and here on the main hull. And we've got a bit more of that purple material effect there, and same here on the main landing area for the shuttlecraft. And we've got a couple of different shades of grey there on the underside. Next up we are looking at the Ferengi Vanity Shield. So we have this orange hull material, just like a Ferengi vessel. Got this yellow here on the secondary deflector, but the main deflector itself is greyed out. Then we've got this almost goldish colour around the rim of the saucer section there. Same here at the rear. We've got a slightly lighter gold area around the shuttle bay with grey doors. Got the yellow there on the impulse engines. Same dark yellow there on the Bizarre collectors, and a bit of a lighter yellow for the nacelles. And then we see the grey there on the phaser strips as well. Then with this yellow shine as the light bounces off this material. As we look at the underside here, there's a bit of a rivet effect going on, showing that's how the hull plates have been fastened. And then we're on the grey again with these phaser strips. This one is the Hur'q vanity shield. So we've got this green hull material, this illuminated green pattern effect as well around the rim of the saucer. Same effect there for the main deflector and the secondary. The back, we've got the green there for the impulse engines, that illuminated green effect going on the rear and around the shuttle bay. Then we've got this plum purple colour shading as well. The cells have got that yellowy green effect to them. Same with the Zhat collectors. Then we see this pattern here on the hull material. Then more of that illuminated green sections as well. And the same here on the underside, more of the purple shading. There's a hint of that green illuminated pattern going around here, and more of the illumination effects there and there. Here we have the Kelvin Divergence vanity shield. So similar to the Discovery one, depending on your faction will depend on the look of the shield. So this is a Federation one, so it's given the look of Federation vessels from the reboot films. So we've got the light grey hull material, it's got a few different shades to it. We've got this almost cyan colour going round the main deflector array. The rear we've got the orange and white for the impulse engines. Then we've got this blue and white effect here on the nacelles, and then unfortunately there's an absolutely awful effect for the Zhat collector. This is supposed to mimic the look of the Kelvin from the first film, with its Zhat collector, which worked on that ship, but it doesn't work on any others. I wish they'd either just change that to being the blue and the white, similar to the nacelle, or just grey out, like they do with the Section 31 Vanity Shield. So on the hull material itself, you see there's a few different shades of grey going on. Here we have the Kelvin Vanity Shield on a KDF character. So with this green hull material, an almost grey rim going round the saucer there. So this lovely dark red effect here on the secondary and round the primary deflector array. The back, we've got the red there on the impulse engines and more of that grey material. Then we see the two-tone there of the greens. Matter of fact, it's three-tone there for the shading on the hull. Then we've got this dull blue effect here for the nacelles and the yellow there for the Zhat collectors. And then you see all the different shadings of the green on the hull. More of the yellow illumination there and here at the front. And we're the same there on the underside. Another popular shield in the game is the Section 31 Vanity Shield. So we've got this dark hull material. You can see the illuminated red at the front here. And we've got this blue on the secondary and the primary deflector, right? A very bright red on the impulse engines there. We have this stripe pattern at the shuttle bay. A cyan there on the nacelle itself, and then you'll see that the Bassard collectors are blacked out. Some people don't like that effect, some people do. Personal preference. As we look down, you see we've got a couple of different shades going on the hull material. And I see that a bit more there with the changing in the shading. Especially here at the rear, at the sides of the neck, and then obviously on the underside of the main saucer section there. Next up, we are looking at the Tzenkethi Vanity Shield. So we have this green hull material. We can see this light pattern effect, and you can see the lights pulsating away here around the edge of the saucer. The main deflector here is blocked out. Then we see the yellow there on the secondary deflector. The rear, we've got white for the impulse engines. We see a bit of this grey hull material coming in as well now. See the pulsating lights round the edge of the shuttle bay area with the grey hull material filling in there. Then we have a white pattern effect here for the Bassard collectors and white for the nacelle itself. And then in profile you can see this carved effect on the hull material itself. Again, more of that pulsating light effect going round the rim of the saucer. Then we've got more of the grey hull material there. We've also got some of this black hull material at the shuttle bay entrance there. More of this pulsating light effect going up the spine of the ship. And then on the other side, more of this green and grey with this pulsating light rim going round here. And currently the last shield in the Dilithium store is the Zhat Vash Vanity Shield. So we've got this green and fawn colour for the hull material. You see the green illumination there on the secondary deflector, same here on the primary. Got the red there for the impulse engines. And I see this vibrant bright green here for the Bassard collector and the nacelles themselves. And then it's almost like an army camouflage kind of pattern effect to the two colours there on the hull material. And it's the same there on the underside. So thank you all very, very much for watching. You let me know in the comments below if you like this new approach, you know, just looking purely at the Zen and Dilithium store shields, or if you preferred seeing the event ones as well, or all of the vanity shields and shield visuals in the game. Also, if there's any vessels you'd like me to do a video on, by all means leave them in the comments, and if I have the ship, I'll be more than happy to do a video. Chapters for this video are linked down below in the description, as are links to my social media, my Real Merch affiliate page for 10% off of your Star Trek models, order through Real Merch. There's also a link there to the STO wiki for information on Star Trek Online, the main Star Trek Online news blog for all the updates, patch notes, events and so forth there. Also, Priority 1 Armada's link is there for their X page. Very good, helpful group of people. well worth a check out. And of course, link there to Casual Sab's YouTube for news, builds, reviews, Q&As and live streams. He is an extremely knowledgeable individual and extremely entertaining and is always willing to help you. So by all means, check him out. And in this video and the last video, I'm testing out a new mic that I've got for doing these. So you can let me know in the comments below if you think this is a better one compared to some of my other videos, or if it's the same or worse, and then I can go and deal with that. But until the next video, thank you all again. See you around.